Good evening, everybody. As you know, my name is Raheem Jones. I'm here with Big Bobby Ledger of Team Kiss It, and of course, Mr. Prince Handsome.
Yeah, let him introduce me a little bit now. Don't be quick to cut him off.
No, you already know you're my favorite. So let's get into it. Beatdowns and blessings. This was a barn burner of a show. Heck of a way to end the year for DCCW. We had a lot that happened tonight. I want to go over and get into it. So, Raheem, tell them what went down. Tell them the card.
Well, our first match of the evening was, of course, Mr. Wendell Foxman X taking on the newcomer, Jules Bradley.
That is right. He is the shiny one, I hear.
Yes, a new debut. He's been working hard in training. We got to see some of his work. He earned the position to go ahead and have a match on the main card. And for the most part, he showed his stay so far. He had a good first impression.
I will say he did make an amazing first impression. He surprised me. That moonsault that he hit at the end, it may not have connected, but if it had, that could have been the thing that took Foxman X out. But not to be a slouch, Foxman X came with a flurry of his own moves, and he got the win at the end with that modified famouser that he does. It's almost like a ripcord one. Interesting.
You're right, and to go back on Jules, when he makes those mistakes in the match, there's always a good chance for him to be able to experience it so he can learn from it and come back even stronger. So, I'm sure he learned a lot from this match, and yes, it was the first win for Mr. Foxman X, Mr. Wendell.
That is true, breaking a losing streak that he's been had. He actually went up against you before. Twice, wow.
Twice at that, and he couldn't do it, but he did tonight. So maybe he'll have this momentum going on into next year, and maybe he'll have some better opportunities this coming up year.
That is true. This does set up a lot of things for the next year to come.
There's not much to talk about, being that I didn't even know that they were going to change up my match card on me. I went from having to take on Weezy T to now some guy named Xander Perez. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just, taking on these opponents and moving myself up the match card, up the rankings, because I think after a while I deserve an opportunity at the next level. I deserve an opportunity at maybe a title eventually. And DCCW, I don't know if they've just been overlooking me or what, but I mean, I've had a winning streak going on here since the summer. So what's going on here? I should be up the card now.
My name is the fisherman Xander Perez, and I see a lot of ego from Prince Handsome. Look, you can wear the tiara, you can hold the hand mirror in front of your face, but there ain't anything pretty about what happens in that ring. And whether I'm catching suplexes or casting lines, the fisherman is reeling in the W.
Our next match of the evening, of course, was this man right here taking on the newcomer in a interesting turn of events.
That is true.
Mr. Xander Perez showing up to fill in and taking on this man right here. And what I thought was a good outing, but of course, you had to lay him down and you had to do what you do best.
Yes, I most definitely got thrown a curveball. I was expecting Weezy T, but he was out, unfortunately, for an injury. And then I had this new guy that I've never heard of, never seen any of his work. So I really didn't know what to expect. But, I got to feel him out at the beginning of the match, figure out, what he's all about.
That is true. And, again, your signature move that you always hit, your finisher, is so devastating.
Of course.
The crowd may not love it, but you always get the job done. But how does it feel deflating his bubble, popping his balloon in his first DCCW debut?
Like I said, some of these people come in and they can just jump ship and just get opportunity off rip. So I let them know, hey, it's not going to come easy, buddy. So let's try it again.
This is a land of opportunity, but you have to earn it here. And both you and the other torchbearer in the next match definitely showed that. Big Man Nation took on DWI. They are definitely always the crowd favorites. But how did you guys feel about that match?
Well, you know what? We got a chance to speak to Ghetto Superstar earlier this evening, as well as JoJo, and they both had some strong words for DWI.
Every time I wrestle one of them clowns, I got to wrestle two of them clowns, but tonight going to be a whole lot different, because I got my main man right here with me, 305-pound JoJo. Tell him about it, JoJo.
Absolutely, Steve. You said it first time. You said it right. Every time. It seems like it's not even just this year, but we've been dealing with DWI, LOP, ABC, EFG, all of them this whole time for the past 5 years. I'm sick of it. I know you sick of it. He just got here. He's sick of it. We're done with this. We're going to end this once and for all. Last time, man. We're done at Beatdowns and Blessings 2023. We're going on to bigger and better things. Big Man Nation got gold to win. We're done with this.
Our thoughts is a little revenge. Our thoughts is to put them away. Tell them, Dylan.
We have been dealing with the Big Man Nation all year long. All of 2022, Big Man Nation, Big Man Nation, Big Man Nation. I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. I'm ready for it to be over. And that's what's going to happen tonight. And I've had to get rid of baggage. I've had to get rid of Max Dawson and Jay Shooter because they couldn't do their job and they couldn't finish Big Man Nation for me. The whole reason I started this was because of Big Man Nation. And tonight, I'm going to end it. It will be over. I've gotten rid of the baggage. I've gotten rid of the issues. I have become the best leader for DWI. Tonight, Beatdowns and Blessings, it's over. Done. Thank you. Bye.
Quite frankly, I'm tired of these guys. How many times we gotta beat you until you get it through your heads? DWI is taking over DCCW, and there's nothing you or anybody else is gonna do about it. Because DWI, we cripple the competition.
DWI has been rolling deep as of late, and I believe that they had a good match. Of course, we all saw what happened. It was a little bit one-sided towards the end, but Big Man Nation was out to prove a point this evening.
That is true, because Big Man Nation, they've been on a little bit of a break. They've gotten back into the groove of things, and they were rolling on all cylinders. But with DWI, you have to watch out for that numbers game. They may have had a little bit of turbulence here and there, but they're still strong when it comes to taking advantage of every little opportunity that comes at hand.
And I think for both these teams, you know, both of them kind of been laying low a little bit. So this is a good match to get them back on track. And maybe to see what's next is them going to get an opportunity for tag team championship on either side, because I think they both are back on that track to getting to those tag team championships.
Yes, yes. So this does, again, as we said, set up a lot of things in motion. Now that Big Man Nation has gotten a win over a prominent tag team here in DCCW, do you think they're going to be on the road for those tag team championships?
I think both of them are more than deserving of an opportunity at the tag team title. And I can see either one of them going for it next. But it's just going to be interesting to see how it's going to plan out for the tag team vision.
Have you always aspired to be a professional wrestler? Do you think you have what it takes to step through these ropes and take your place among the immortals? Well, now you have an opportunity. Join us at the DCCW training facility at Harvest Ministries in McClenny, Florida. There you will be put to the test and challenged like you have never been challenged before. If you think you have what it takes, prove it to the world, but most importantly, prove it to yourself.
I've said it before, I don't have a whole lot of words left for Jake Logan, okay? You've seen it. The man wants to use chairs, he wants to use foreign objects, he wants to do whatever he can to take me out. So I'm gonna tell you this right now, Jake Logan, it's over, it's done. This is the last time you and I step in that ring. And at the end, Jake Logan, it's gonna be me walking out with the DCCW National Championship. Now, do you understand that, Raheem? Do you understand that?
We heard it
Jake
loud and clear.
Logan.
DMC wants to challenge me yet again to another fight. This will make number 3, and DMC, the last 2 times we fought each other, we've taken each other to the limit. And there's 2 things that I've learned about you, DMC. It's that you can throw a punch, and that you talk too much. So the saying is, as it always was, I'm Jake Logan, and if you don't like me, fight me.
It's DMC versus Jake Logan. So, like, it boggles me what happened in this match, because it was a good sporting match, and DMC just came up short.
Well, that's not what I saw.
Okay.
At least from my vantage point, and maybe from the fans' vantage point, it looked like DMC had a plan coming into this to really destroy Jake Logan and to really make a statement. I did get a few words with him before the evening started, and something seemed a little bit off. He did look a lot calculated and meticulous here tonight, and he definitely let it show here at the end of this match on Jake Logan.
Yeah, speaking firsthand, somebody that's actually taking him on in the ring, I think that ego was always there, and it was bound to come out and really show. But I'm not surprised that he did what he did.
I will say, I think he let his emotions take hold of him. DMC has always been someone who's been infectiously energetic. The crowd loves him. The fans adore him. But something snapped in him. The DMC that was here tonight is not the same man that comes sauntering out to the ring to return to the match. He's not the same man that comes to the crowd and gives them the same love they give back to him. This man, something went wrong when he hit that 1, 2, 3.
Well, it could have been Jake Logan. This is something he probably could have planned this whole time, and maybe over time he's really gotten to him, and this is the response he got, and maybe it backfired on him.
That is true. This is always goes back to Jake Logan playing mind tricks. From the beginning of the match where he was caught with that foreign object in his trunks, to the end of the match where he tried to use the title and then it missed. It's just something that DMC just couldn't take any longer. And it's a shame to see when the best of us resort to the lowest tactics.
Well, as you guys have seen on my YouTube and everything else, I have faced La Brava a lot of times. We have a history together, and I cannot wait to get out there and this time get the best of her. I am looking to decorate my Christmas tree with a nice, shiny DCCW Women's Championship title.
Let me go ahead and just give you guys a little history lesson. Before Kentish Brothers were DCCW Tag Team Champions, Controversial Inc. held those titles, and they did a really good job representing the tag team division. Mr. C, the most controversial, and the modern day executioner, Salazar, there's a reason why everybody in the tag team division is put on notice. So tonight, Kentish Brothers, shine up those belts very nicely, because it's time for my guys to take those titles home to where they belong.
Well, the Flower Child was taking on the woman representative of one Dangerous Controversial Inc.
That is true.
Who put on one hell of an event this evening. La Brava, Eliza Hayes, back and forth their entire careers, both here and out on the road as well. And they proved once again why they are premier female athletes in the world of professional wrestling.
Some would say that DCCW has one of the best women's divisions on the indie circuit. They have come from far and wide to fight for what La Brava has. She had to come herself to prove that she's one of the best, and Eliza took her to her limits. There was a little bit of a, I would say, controversy when it came to the finish, because Eliza thought she had a pin, but the ref, he walked right past her and handed that title to La Brava.
Yeah, and like you said before, I think this is like a full circle moment for both women, because they've wrestled since the start of their careers up to now, and I think this was something where they both had to prove to one another. And we got a very emotional, you got a very emotional interview at the end with her, and how upset she was, and how you know, she was so determined to win that women's championship, and it really just hurt her, because that was something that was like confirmation for both those ladies in their careers from the start to this point.
La Brava keeps her clutch on the women's title and on this women's division. Do you think anybody can stop La Brava?
Right now, I don't know. I don't think so. I think she's going on a roll. I think she's really been putting in a lot of work, and she really knows her. She's in her own now. You know, before she was a little unsure. You know, as time goes on in your career, you kind of still fin out the kinks. But I think she's in her own skin. She knows who she is as a competitor in the ring, and she's got that momentum going.
That is true. Her confidence is abound, especially with being with Controversial Inc. And it's a very telling sign of how La Brava has come, like you said, into her own, and kind of become this bigger instance when we see her in the women's division, and then when we see her with Controversial Inc.
You know, what I have to say personally is, they just walk up in here. There's no climbing the ladder. Them disappear, and then them come up in the show and think that they can get a spot with the tag team champions, but they really like them for that. But you know what we're gonna do as champions? We're gonna go out there, we're gonna defend it again. We're gonna come back here, and we're gonna talk to you still as your tag team champions.
Yeah, man, for true. You know, Controversy Inc., we have so much history with them. We've been in the ring with them countless times. You know, honestly, we know them so well. We've been training so hard, and we've been studying. So I'm ready for this match, honestly. Can't wait to see you after the match.
I know your vision is not too well, but what you see here is a dominant tag team. Mr. C, Salazar, Controversial Inc. Keep the mic with me because I'm talking. What was your name again? I don't care. Bring it back here. Kentish Brothers, I don't care about your title reign. We won the tag team titles on our first night here in DCCW. I hope you have enjoyed your reign because tonight it ends. And we're going to finish this night as the new DCCW Tag Team Champions. Pass the mic.
Kentish Brothers, you eat what we allow you to eat. And if you don't like it, deal with that. It's that easy. And I don't like you.
Controversial Incorporated taking on the DCCW Tag Team Champions, formerly
Yeah, the former champions.
the
You gotta say
Kentish
former.
brothers, and what I thought was
Spoiler
an amazing
alert.
match. What did you guys feel about the events that took place this evening?
So when it comes to them, it's been Taylor's oldest time. They've gone and done this little dance over and over again, and I think Controversial Inc. was a little bit twinged that they got that big upset on them and took their titles. So they had something to prove. But the Kentish brothers, they were no slouches here. One thing I could tell you is that the Kentish brothers had to work in tandem to keep Big Sal, Mr. C down, but it can always turn in a moment. They kept that ring cut off on those boys, and his brother had to sit there and watch him get decimated over and over again. But I have to tip my hats off to Controversial Inc. because, again, as we said, La Brava being that X factor, being that pivotal thing that brings it all back into the fold. So, what's your thoughts on it?
Well, I think since the Kentish Bros coming into DCCW, they've kind of like made the tag team division step up a little bit because they're younger, they're more energetic, they have more to offer. With you guys, for example, y'all came in, y'all had to put your A game on because you couldn't be lax because these guys are new, they're fresh, and they really put like a bold statement to the locker room in the back to let them know that, hey, you got to step up. We can come in and take this from y'all, and y'all gonna have to keep up with us, and that's exactly what they did.
So I will say they're not my cup of tea, but the Kentish brothers, they do have a bright future ahead of them. But lo and behold, when you get that one chance, that one shot, again, they have no answer to La Brava. They have no answer to Controversial Inc. when they're all on full blast. So Kentish brothers, I can see them coming back, but I don't know when, I don't know where, but I see there being a round 3 for Kentish versus Controversial.
Which could be good and bad for both teams because they know each other so well at this point.
So well.
So they're going to have to really pull something out of nowhere to be able to get that victory over, it's both sides teams. The Controversial, they came back with a vengeance. They did every little sly thing they could to get themselves back in this situation, to have this opportunity to face the Kentish Bros, and it worked in their favor, and that's exactly what Kentish Bros are going to have to do, and even the Controversial Inc. to keep this title wrapped around their waist.
I want to take a quick break to say thank you to all of the fans that represent DCCW, for all the professional wrestling fans, and for PetSmart, who took the time to donate and wanted to be a part of this great event that we were able to put on. They were able to donate hundreds and hundreds of toys and gifts to everybody that was in attendance, and for this holiday spirit. And I want to say thank you from everybody to them as well.
I'm usually a bit of a grouch and a little bit of a Scrooge when it comes to the holidays, but those kids, they enjoyed that tonight, I'll admit.
Chance Allring is a veteran in this game. We go way back. This is not our first encounter. He's pretty good if you ask me, but I'm the DCCW heavyweight champion, and I plan on staying that way because the town of McClenny, they want to party, they want to celebrate, and there's only one way they're going to celebrate, and that's by me staying your DCCW heavyweight champion of the world.
Cha-Cha actually showed up tonight? Are you saying he's actually in the building right now?
He is in the building.
Well, that's fantastic. That's great news. I'm glad to know the champion actually showed up. That's great. Welcome to my story. And unless you guys identify as stupid, then you should already know that story. 2 years ago, I left here. I left here 2 years ago with a 511-day reign as heavyweight champion. And when I came back, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little disgusted at the fact that someone that dances around the ring tried to fill my shoes here. And honestly, the only thing that disgusts me more than that is the fact that he's dodged me 2 times since I've been here. But that's good. I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he's here tonight. I'm glad to know he showed up. I'm also very glad to know I'll be leaving with the DCCW Heavyweight Championship. Everything I do has a reason. Everything I do is calculated. Do you people know what my name is? My name is Chance Oren. Welcome to my story.
And this brings us to our main event. This is why we're all here tonight.
Yep.
Mr. Chance Oren, who was the challenger, taking on the
Cha-Cha Charlie.
That's right, the DCCW Heavyweight Championship title holder, Cha-Cha Charlie.
So when it comes to Chance, we always talk about the prodigal son returning. The prodigal son coming back to roost. And honestly, he made good on all promises that he made when he returned. I put it as this. He was a man that was lost when he left, but now that he's come back, he's a man on the mission. And with him, that mission was getting back to the heavyweight championship title. And he did that. He unseated, dethroned our king of DCCW, Cha-Cha Charlie, the dancing man himself. He, in a cleanish fashion, took out Cha-Cha Charlie. What do you guys think?
Yeah, and I must say it was a long awaited return for both men because we haven't seen Cha-Cha in a while, as well as Chance Oren. But I think the difference between the two is every time we don't see Chance for a while, he always is improving himself better, and he always comes back better. Cha-Cha, on the other hand, he's been out doing his own thing in other places and really, having
I wouldn't say that Cha-Cha hasn't improved himself because Cha-Cha, again, he's been tested, fired, put to his flame, and he's been beaten, bloody, battered, taken out, and he's come back even stronger. Cha-Cha Charlie has literally been one of the through points for DCCW in this time of, say, like COVID and everything of that nature. We have had him as a beacon, and now that he's come back, it's sad to see that his reign is unfortunately over. But Chance at this point has to take this opportunity and take it into his own, as he's done many times before.
Yeah, and I think out of the two, I feel like Chance won a little bit more, and I think that's why it came in his favor. And he's no stranger being the champion here at DCCW. So with all his reigns, he always makes the best of it. We get good moments out of it, and I'm looking forward to see his reign start here at DCCW coming into the new year.
Well, there you hear it, folks. Big Bobby Ledger, Mr. Prince Handsome, and of course your man Raheem Jones. We were here at Beatdowns and Blessings. We're here with DCCW. You were there with us. We can't wait to see you again in 2023. I know I'm excited. I know these guys are excited. Good luck to all the competitors. Happy holidays. I'm Raheem Jones. The sky's the limit.
Thank you.